90-day game plan. Who here does, it was mentioned before, who here has not cracked the 90-day game plan book or downloaded? Who has not? I don't mean you're new or you're just beginning or you're doing it part-time. You know, no expectations, great. Okay, who here has then? Who here has? Okay, just keep your hands up, straight up. Okay, straight up. Okay, so the game plan started since the NYKO, but last week was the official start. Who here has filled it all out? Keep your hand up. Okay, great. Thank you for your honesty. Thank you for your honesty, okay? So, you know you're not alone. But here's the thing with the 90-day game plan. Kathy Coover is your business partner. She's brilliant. She has at her fingertips some of the best people in the world, the top leaders in the world in this company, assisting her to perfect this. This is the third 90-day game plan book. It's the most complete book ever. Just do the steps. So here's the thing, whatever Kathy Coover says to do it. She's your business partner. She wants to create the most amount of 6- and 7-figure earners than any other company in the history of the world. And believe me, she's going to do it. We're going to be the largest company, health and wellness company in the world. And it's only by her helping us, and we help others do the same. So she's going to do her best to help us so we can help others. Get that? Get that? She's our business partner. So let me just ask a few of you here where you're at and how you use the 90-day program, the 90-day business plan. How did you, Angela, first I'm going to start with you, okay? So maybe just introduce what you think about the 90-day game plan, how you incorporate it, into your business, and how do you support your team and your people to get on it? Because we're all independent business owners, right? And I come to you and I say, I really want this. And you say, do the 90-day game plan. We're all doing a 90-day game plan. We're all getting on board. We're having a meeting. And they don't necessarily want it for themselves as badly as you do. Also, what I want you to all consider is some people here are, you know, they have it in the cracks of their life. Some of them are ready to go full-time. Some are doing it part-time. Some are doing it in the cracks of their lives. So keep that in mind when you're talking about the 90-day game plan, how, you know, if you can.
All right, there's a lot of questions. I'm going to see if I can remember them all. I think that the best way for me to explain it is this. It's a roadmap. It is such a well laid out roadmap. And it takes you right back, or took me right back to the very beginning of stages of what really makes you successful in this business, is discovering why you do it, with your family, not in spite of your family, and all those things. So it really takes you back to that grounding. Also, when you're someone that is brand new, it gives you a roadmap. If you're someone who's just starting to build a bit of a business, a bit of a downline, and you're like, now what? They're looking at me and I don't know what to say, rather than tell them, woohoo, here it is, right? So it really helps focus you on the trainings. It keeps it simple, it keeps it all in one place. I love the calendar function of it, right? That we can all work together as a team in 1 week. That's launch week. So this is where we can focus this week. Launch parties, texting days, all those kinds of things. So I would say that for me is the biggest benefit.
And how are you doing it in your business, your personal business? Because you're signing people up.
Yeah.
And how do you encourage your team?
So I would say the key thing is in this business, and whether you're brand new or you're building a business with it, is that you match your own personal energy to other people's energy. When we first come in, we're very excited, and we're like someone's like, woohoo! It's going to be the next Susan Sly. Well, that doesn't always happen, but so it kind of keeps you. It really helped me focus on. Okay, they're filling this out. I can ask them, have you filled this out? Where you're at with this? Do you have a game plan? Do you have a business plan? Because this is really your business plan. This is your business plan for the next 90 days. And in 90 days, things are going to change. And then guess what? You get to redo it again. You get to look back. You get to evaluate. And also in any business, you need to know your numbers. If you don't know your numbers and you kind of sort of throw things out there and see what sticks, you can't evaluate it. You don't know what works, so it doesn't work. Right? Make sense? So that really helps me evaluate, okay, how effective am I talking to people? Where do I have to improve? What do I have to learn to be more effective in talking to people? And in the team as well, who's going to get my time and my attention, right? I'm a mom, I've got a husband, we got a life together, so I'm fitting this into the best parts of my life, not taking away from my family, so whoever gets the stuff done is going to get time.
That's great. Thank you. Can you pass the microphone to your choice? Anybody? Okay, so there's a new face to the day. What I know about Stu is right now he's located in Fort Mac, owner of an Earl's Restaurant, keener on Isogenics, building a successful Isogenics business as well. Talk about busy. Got a wife and a child on the way. Number 3. So, you know, that's a busy guy, but he's finding room and space in his life, and he comes all the way down here to participate and support his team here and support us here. So, Stu, is there anything else you want to add about yourself that would shed some light on?
No, but it's one of those things that when I got into this business, I thought it was an Avon business. You know, that's how I looked at it. My wife had been doing it for a couple of years, and I was one of those supportive husbands that's like, that's great, babe, I'll support you, you go get them. And she's like, no, like, we can do this together. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna go to my real job, and then you keep on doing this, and this is great. This is, you know, it's creating happiness for you, and we're doing good, and you just keep on feeding me products, and I'm just gonna keep on feeling better, and we're gonna go that way. And then, you know, a good friend of mine, Warren Lance, took me outside of Isogenics to a network marketing event that really built my belief in the industry, because that's where my belief lacked. It wasn't in the products, it wasn't in myself, but what it was is it was in our profession of network marketing. And so when they talk about building belief, you need to find out where your belief is on every level, and when you find the one that's the 2, 3, or 4, just go to an event or find some training tools that will actually build that up, because as soon as we built that up, I really see the true freedom to be able to do this with my family.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. So let's go back to that same question about the 90-day plan. You know, about you, how you're doing it into your and your wife's business. How has it worked for you part-time maybe, or and how are you encouraging your team to get on the tracks that are laid out onto this business plan?
I think you just said it best, Ron. I am very busy. I think everybody is. You know, people see they say, oh, a lot of moms have time for this. And I know my wife with 2.5 kids, and she's way busier than I am, and I'm running 2 restaurants. So everybody's really busy, and what I like about this is it makes it very simple. You know, you can be a mechanic, you can be a dental hygienist, you can be a stay-at-home mom. The tracks are set, like you said, and so it keeps everybody on the same page. Everybody's going to be at a different pace, but we can all do it together on the same line. And so when I'm reaching out to train or coach somebody, I know where they're at. I know what system they're using, because we're all using the same system. We're all using the same training tools. So I don't have to figure out what they've done, where they're doing it, you know, how does it conform to what I'm doing. I don't need to think of a new system to be able to do it. It's already set there, we're all on the same page. And for me, again, on top of that, it's duplicatable. Right? This business is all about having everybody on the same page, being able to do the same thing, and then teaching somebody else to do it. And so for me, a system that's already set up, I can, you know, they say, how do I do this? You go here, you download it, read through it, call me, then whatever questions you have at that point, then we can work through it. And then they say, well, I've got somebody that's really excited about, you know, doing the business. What do I do? What did I tell you to do? You told me to download it. Okay. Tell the exact same thing to them. Get them to call you and answer the questions. If you can't answer the questions, then bring it to the group, bring it to the Facebook group, put it to the Start group. We've leveraged that so many times. You ask a question on there and you're getting about 100 answers instantly. So it's absolutely amazing. And so for me, that's how we've really leveraged it, because time is the most important thing to us.
Excellent, thank you. Yes. Joanne, because your next goes. Joanne Penn, an awesome personal chef, very busy mom, works out of her home, successful business, entrepreneur. You know, I don't know where she finds time, but she finds the time to do this. So same question about, maybe you can add a little bit more about yourself, and you know, you began here with the products, and then you didn't know how it was going to fit in. How's it all going to fit in with your personal chef business? A little bit of that, yeah.
So I started off with the sole purpose of getting my products for free, because I didn't want to have this expense coming out of my family income. And very quickly learned that I could actually create a residual income that would perhaps free me from the kitchen down the road. But I mean, the thing is that I didn't have a lot of time. And when I first got started, my goal was to redirect my money from my grocery expenses to being able to pay for my products. And I very quickly realized that it was going to be a very similar thing with respect to my time. And what I do now is I redirect the time that I have. We all have 24 hours in the day, and how we choose to use them is really what separates us from each other. So, you know, there are times where I'm up at 5:30 in the morning. If it's not a workout day, then it's a work on my business plan, or can send out the emails. Sometimes people don't want to get texts at that time, so I try to hold up on them. But, you know, I'm writing down the list of things that I might be able to do. And then I'm into my day where I'm with the kitchen or with the family or whatever it is. So, you know, redirecting expenses is something people hear of with respect to the products and getting them paid for, and I just use that in my time as well. So.
Excellent, excellent. So 90-day game plan, personally and with some of your team members. Is this your first one, your second one?
This is my first one with a real business goal now, now that I've got my team members who are actually going to be working with me. So, you know, one of the things that I love about the game plan, like Angela said, it's a roadmap. And a lot of people, if they're new to doing any kind of business, a business plan is a really daunting thing. So it's actually already planned out for you. And what I love about it is that it gives you the ability to define what's important and what's not important. What are you prepared to do and what are you not prepared to do? So for me, it's a really big question to say what are my business hours going to be, because my business hours are going to be whenever I can fit it in, depending on what my week looks like. And if that's what it is, then just make sure that you're aware of that. But keep track of things, and now it's a matter of me being able to reach out to my downline and say, okay, so this is what can we work together on? What are your goals? What are your plans? How can I help you? Where can I direct you? And everyone does the same thing, that it makes it a lot easier to be able to help people and duplicate it.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go to Lisa next. Same question about the 90-day plan. Is it your first one? Have you seen growth in the amount of people using the 90-day on your team? And what's your plans for this one?
All right. Yes, this is my third 90-day game plan heading in this year. And we definitely, as a team, you know, this is about, again, this is a team sport, not an individual sport. So it's, and I just use the word sport, it's kind of fun. But in terms of what we do with the momentum, it's like Angela, everybody's been saying, and Stu, it's like Joanne, these are the tracks. So it's really just about plugging people in, but it's about setting the stage, getting excited about the 90-day game plan, you know, so the company has that, all that excitement around it, but it's really about rallying your team around it. And you might have a team of 2 people, great, you have to start somewhere, right? You might have one, and, or you might just be heading out there yourself, starting your own 90-day game plan by yourself. And so keeping constant, consistent action, right? I would have to say, you know what, it doesn't matter. I do it full-time now, you know, Angela's doing it full-time, a lot of people are doing it part-time, is that meet people where they're at. Because I think a lot of people have, you know, this misconception, they're like, oh my God, 90-day game plan, well, I don't want to be doing that much. Well, guess what? Your goals are your goals. Maybe through the 90-day game plan, it's to get yourself up to 1 cycle a week. Maybe you're, you know, you don't have as much time, so maybe your contacts are going to be, you're going to make 5 connections in a week instead of us who like to make at least 3 in a day. So again, know that there's no right or wrong way to do the 90-day game plan. Just be consistent and just following it and doing it at your own pace. Because it's about meeting people where they're at. But honestly, if you want to go into momentum and go, yeah, I'm going to do this 90-day game plan, and you think you're going to put your foot on the gas and then take it off for a couple weeks, and then put it on the gas a little bit, take it off. Think about that. It takes a lot of effort to start. You know, you start pedaling a bike, stop, start, stop, start, stop, start. You know, even if you're doing it slowly, be consistent. All right? That is, wouldn't you guys say that? Like that's really the secret here.
Yeah. So do you have, you've linked arms with some people, and they said, I want to do the 90-day game plan, I want to do the 90-day game plan. Do you foster a group, a meeting, a mastermind where you can kind of go all together, because I liked your idea of cycling. And what immediately came to my mind is when you got 5 people, it's like you could be riding a bike, or you could be riding a bike with 5 people. You know those bikes with lots of people hooked up? Guess how fast and how far you guys could get up and farther and faster and quicker with that momentum.
Yes.
So are you, like as a business person, so I got 2 people.
Okay.
Say I got 2 people, you have 5 people interested. Like, do you go through it together? Like, how does that work?
Yeah, so what we're doing as a team and is this, okay? And it's not hard, you guys. Remember when we were talking about the connecting and the launch parties and stuff? So it's about having something to go to. So we have team calls every Sunday. Guess what? You want to be building a 90-day game plan? Be on the call. Schedule it in. You schedule in your kids' appointments, your dental appointments, all that other stuff. That is key. You got to be on the call because it's about fueling that fire all the time. Okay? Because we get distracted, we get tired, whatever. We got to throw the fuel on the fire. It's like coming to this. So we have 2 launch parties as a group. We're going to be putting it in the, we have maximum 100 people that can come out to these things because we don't have a big hall. But it's having a consistent place to go. So we know that, yes, we're going to have a group launch party in Calgary every 2 weeks. All right? Now, we have lots of team members from all over, so we're encouraging our team members, okay, you guys, whether there's 2 in your town or 5 or whatever, now you guys do the same duplicatable thing. All right? You guys are doing the same consistent actions. So that's what we start off, and I know Angela, and Kathleen working with, because our teams get so big, right? So I'm working with a group, even though, my gosh, like, all of these guys were all part of one team. It's just that we have different pockets now, just doing, different meetings, different calls and
Right,
stuff.
so you might have your powwow mastermind with your
Yeah.
5 people that are going to run with you. Leanne part-time, that person
Right.
part-time, that person full-time, and you're going to link arms and you're going to go hard. But you'll have a sit-down session and make sure everybody's kind of on track with their 90-day. Do you hold them accountable to
Absolutely.
their 90-day plan? If they want this and you want it for them, then accountability is a big part, I think.
Well, I always tell people, I'm not a babysitter. I'm not chasing people. Okay? We're all grown-ups here. You make the decision you want to do it, and for my team, the people that I'm working with, I get them to fill out kind of like their goals. So people have been sending me their goal sheets. And I am very respectful of where they want to go, but at least I know where to help them, right? So then, if it's 3 weeks' time and they're going, well, I'm just not achieving this, I can go back to that and go, well, were you doing this and this and this? Because this is what you told me that you'd like to do. So
Yeah.
yes, we kind of started, and not as a meeting.
One-on-one.
This is where calls are great, because having a powwow, you guys, I have team everywhere. So I started in my basement, but after a while, it's much easier with your time. Be efficient. Get on the calls. Get on a call. There's these great free conference lines, okay? You can get on a call, and where we have a call, it doesn't matter. People don't have to get a babysitter. They don't have to leave their houses. You have to make this easy for people. So it is nice to come in contact one-on-one, but
Okay.
be smart about it, right? Like, we can
Right.
have a great powwow over the phone, and people can be all over North America. Wherever, it doesn't matter.
Anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world, yeah. Just have to get.
They just might have to wake up at 3 in the morning. Okay, next is Claudia. So this is Claudia Marshall. I know she looks like she's 17, but that's with product B and what the products. I'm interested to see 30 years from now if she's ever going to age. But Claudia, I won't tell your age because something about women and ages, I don't know. You're 31? Yeah. See that? 31 years old. Okay, and just beginning her business, started really picking it up in the summer. She's created massive success so far. So Claudia, tell us a little bit about yourself, your business, what's going on, and how are you using the 90-day plan?
I have 2 kids, which keep me really busy. We own a hair salon in Chestermere, which keeps me extra busy. And honestly, the best way that I've been able to do this is any time that I have free, whether it's in between my clients, whether it's at night, I have an hour, I'll follow up with clients, or I'll do it when I'm driving on Bluetooth. But any pockets, any time that I have to spare, I do Isagenix. I always listen to people and try to find how Isagenix can help their lives, whether it is financially, whether it is health-wise. I always try to find how it could help them. And that's really helped my success more than anything. And having my list, I've always got a list. I always try to add people to that list. And one of the most important things that stuck to, or in my head, is Angela. She always says, just don't ever take your foot out. And that's what led me to today.
Awesome. Awesome. So in the 90-day plan, you started, you've started filming all that out. I know you're signing up lots of people, you're supporting lots of people through their journeys of health, and like, have you gotten through that business plan?
Not all of it, I'll be honest.
Okay.
But I think just because I'm always constantly thinking of who I can help, I think that's just what's keeping my momentum going. Setting people up for success by plugging them into the tools. And I think whenever I've set people up for success, they've seen the transformation, it's been that much easier for them to share it with other people. So just don't take your foot off the pedal, guys.
That is awesome. Well, that's great. Let's hear it for our panel. Okay, so
The three big things that we do is, the first thing is that you've got to do what you're teaching everybody else to do. You need to be, you need to lead by example. It doesn't matter where you're at or where you're going. People only do what you do and what they see. It's kind of the same thing as coming in on the president's pack. If you come in on the president's pack, then they're going to come in on the president's pack. So if you want your people to go out and you want to help people to go out and connect and recruit people, then you need to go out and you need to go connect and you need to recruit people. So that, for me, that's the big thing. So one of my personal goals was I put my checklist list, I gave it to my team, and they can hold me accountable for connecting with those people. And that was the scariest thing that I have ever done. Because I'm very comfortable at connecting, talking to people, but I had my checklist list and I've been sitting on it for about a year now. And I get in that room, I get the cold sweats like everybody, and I just end up with a conversation, never bring it up. And so I knew, just like they wanted me to hold them accountable, I needed to be held accountable by my team. And so when they see me going out and doing it, then that helps them conquer their fear in doing it.
So who holds you accountable? The people that you're working with, or these people that are training you and supporting you up there?
My downline.
Wow,
Because
that's awesome.
when they see that I can go out and do the chicken list, then they can go out and do the chicken list. So yeah, I find that leadership comes from everywhere. I've had amazing leadership from our upline, from all other teams, amazing. But I also find a lot of leadership that comes from below.
Thank you for your commitment to Isagenix, your commitment to your team, and your commitment to your own personal development. What I love about this company, this business, this industry, is you get paid to grow. You get paid to expand. And once you expand, there's no going back. You could try, but once you apply enough pressure and you go, you become bigger, right? There's no going back. And then you work a little harder and you get bigger. And it's amazing to see people's growth and development as you take people from lost, ghostly, and needing to really being what we're here on the planet for. And there's a lot of spiritual people who believe we've been placed here for a reason. And that reason is inside of you, and only you know that. But really, and it's truly the giving back, it's through the helping of others that we truly connect the world, a society, a tribe, a family. We help each other out. We help others help others. That is a gift. That's part of what we do. And we're not saying we're the only ones that do it, but we have an amazing gifts. Gifts. So don't just do one, right? We have amazing gifts to offer people. Okay. Thank you very much for coming. Stick around. We're done early.